Okay, hello everyone. Hi. Let's use the chat. You're also welcome, of course, to unmute yourself if you'd like. Okay, so very nice to see you all. You are on The Money Mind. It's February 4th, 2025. I can't believe we're already in February. Brought to you by Guaranteed Prosperity, and it's hosted by me, yours truly, Gal Ezra. How long is up to you? Your first million is up to us. That's what the Money Mind is all about. I know some of you that are on here have not yet joined the Money Mind. That's okay. Today is going to be very powerful. On that note, let's begin. First of all, agreements. Nothing I say today is true unless it's true for you. You need to evaluate it and see that it is true for you and not just because it sounds good or because I said it. Two, your participation is vital for all of us. Imagine that we had everybody on here never saying a word, very serious, just listening, hoping to get something out of it, and waiting for it to come to them. It won't work so well. The idea is to be alive, to make this coaching session powerful for you. And how that's going to happen is by you participating, not by you sitting there and waiting to get something. You need to get it yourself. Three, if you don't understand something, stop me. I'm happy to explain. I love answering questions. So please ask. And four, nothing I teach is new. You already know it. You are a spiritual being that knows, and I'm just here to show you that you know. Okay, the Money Mind is a special program designed to help you solve your current challenges, and it's composed of the following components. It's called the Wake. Wake stands for something, W-A-K-E. W stands for wins. The definition of success is the sum of all validated improvements. The more you say well done to yourself, the more you add that up, that total is success. But most people are professional at finding what's wrong with themselves. At the beginning, what we do here at the beginning of every session is we share wins of what you got from the programs. Each session starts with your wins from implementing what you've learned in the GP lessons. Next, answers. This is a coaching session that's designed to handle the inevitable walls you hit while building your business and making money. It's a tough road. I like to think of it as a maze. And when you're in a maze, all you see are the walls and the barriers, and you will hit them. I will debug any issue you run into, which is vital and key for real results. Number three, knowledge. Knowledge equals control, control equals income. If I teach you how to sell, you will control the sales process. If you control the sales process, you will get the income of that process. If I teach you how to drive, you will control the car better. If you control the car better, you'll get the income from the car, which is a car that took you safely to or from your destination. The knowledge you will learn from the courses and coaching alone will put you in a state where nothing can strike you down. You will become powerful. Most people, any little obstacle takes them out for 2 weeks. You will become powerful that anything that happens, you have the knowledge so that you can control the outcome and you can bring income. Expansion. Most of what you need to know is hidden from your view. And of course, it's difficult to progress when you don't see. Most of what you don't know is hidden, and most of what you need to know is hidden. In this component, you will open your eyes to what's actually going on, and as a result, you will expand in all areas of your life. So every time we do these sessions, you'll see I'm going to peel back a little bit more. I'm going to make you look at things you don't want to look at a little bit more. I'm going to ask you to observe more. So that's what you need to know, that's what is expected of you. Increasing your confront. Confront means to look at something comfortably. Let's start. Okay, what is the money mind? Just to remind you, and I know some of you aren't actually members yet. After working with hundreds of clients, I realized number one, they want what we offer. They want it so badly that they buy it. They're excited, but they don't always get to doing it. Things get in the way, they don't always get to doing it. Or they do it. They actually do it. They set the time, they do it. And they win. There's big successes. But they zigzag. They make the classic mistake of achieving a little bit of success and then not doing what brought them the success, which was the training. So they start to zigzag. They decide maybe they don't need it as much. They zigzag. Or they jump to other courses that are different to what brought them the success in the first place. Bottom line, zigzag. I call it the zigzag. Or they stick with us. They actually are with us, but they need constant support because life is designed, the physical universe is designed to give you barriers. Every day you get hit with problems. And so they need that personal touch. They need that support to help them unstick themselves. And also, I learned from Spotify and Netflix. What does Netflix do? Netflix said, look, you don't need to own every single DVD if you want to watch a movie. Spotify said, you don't need to own every CD. We will give you a lot, and based on what you need, you take. And that's how the money mind works. And so the money mind was born. Now, as I said, the first thing we start with is wins. Wins, wins, wins. The success is the sum of all validated improvements. So now is a chance, as we did last week, for everyone to unmute themselves and share wins from the GP lessons. Tell me about the implementation. Tell me what you got. The idea is something quick fire. What did you get? What's the bottom line? Yes, Robert, I'd love to hear from you.
Oh, okay, perfect.
Now I can hear you.
Awesome. So I I want to share about, and a couple of people have already chatted in there, but closing the cycles. And it's since we talked about that, you shared that, have been really focused this week on what is my purpose right now? What is, the secondary, purpose? And okay, and I, it sounds silly, but I'm literally thinking about this every step of the way now, where, okay, I'm putting on my coat. Why am I putting on my coat? Because I'm going to go outside. What am I going to do when I go outside? I'm going to turn the truck around in the driveway so I can open up the garage and put garbage in it.
Amazing.
And literally has uh, changed something in my head that has I just feel more at ease and like this inner peace that I'm actually accomplishing something, and it's made the world of difference. So thank you.
Wow, 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 Robert, amazing. That's amazing. Well done on applying it. It's exactly that. It's exactly that. What's the result? What is the result that I'm going for? And closing the cycles. That is priceless. Amazing, Robert. Amazing. Well done. Great application. Rudolph also said, closing cycles lead to closing more cycles more quickly. I love it. 100%. Very good. Anyone else on wins? And yeah, Rudolph said, wow. Anyone else want to share wins? I know that Jenna mentioned she might want to if Jenna's still on. I don't
Yes,
see her at the moment. Oh yeah, I do see Jenna.
yes.
Yes, Jenna.
Amazing win, Robert. Well done. I
Yeah.
love that. Yes, for me, since working with GP, it's just really changed my life. I have more control over the things around me. I don't get so upset easily. So overall, just like every session, every class just gets better and better,
Wow.
and it works.
It works. Yes.
Yes,
Amazing, Jenna. And Jenna recently started a real estate career,
yes.
and in a very short time has had amazing success closing on properties, like amazing.
Yeah, it's amazing because before I never really had like confidence in myself. And now it's just coming natural. I'm confident. I'm not so nervous. So overall, I love it.
Amazing.
Thank you.
Wow. Wow. Well done, Jenna. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that.
Thank
That's
you.
amazing. Wow. Amazing.
Congratulations, Jenna. That's awesome.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Everett.
Amazing. Jonathan, last five sales were full program career transition sales versus past track record of one of three. Two of three were resume only. Wow, Jonathan. So a major increase in sales. Wow. Amazing. Well done. Well done. Great. Anyone else? Deborah, yes. I see a hand raised.
Thank you. And
Of course.
congratulations. Further, I hope you're bonding together as your new family.
We are. Oh, she's amazing. Yes.
Process.
Yeah.
Process has
Yes.
just begun.
Exactly. Exactly.
I'm getting caught up uh with my un incompletes, and that's
Mhm.
accelerating to have more energy for the others to go quicker, which I'm grateful for. And I
Awesome.
had answered your dad's soul coffee uh, questions, and he
Mhm.
was so kind to reply, and he said thank you, and he loved my answer. So
Great. Well done.
thank
Good.
you.
Anyone else, if you're welcome, before we continue? I love the wins. Very well done, everyone. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Okay, good. So we have a lot to go over. So in the future, I might even dedicate more time to the wins, but I just want to go over quite a few things today. So let's do that. Okay, so next week we're going to go over the only factor that will determine if you expand or shrink and shrink to your ultimate demise. I have more to talk to you about in these coaching sessions. What determines if you will have a lot of income? The five marketing love languages in depth. What's the best investment you can make? And as much more as you participate. So every time I'll give you answers that are worth gold. It's like having a $10,000 a session coach answer you on these sessions. But today, I want to go over something else. Okay, everybody ready for a bit more? Ready. Excellent. Good. I'm going to speak about a subject I know isn't very important for most of you, but I decided to speak about it anyway. Okay? I know that you don't really care about this subject. That subject is money. Okay? All right, let's talk about money. I think it's only not important for those of you that are not Jewish. I'm Jewish, so I can make Jewish jokes. So this is only for those that are not Jewish. They don't care about money. For everyone else, we do. Okay, so yes. Okay, I want to ask, what do you know 100% for how do you make money? What are the ways to make a lot of money? What do you know 100%? What do you 100% know for how to make money? How do you make a lot of money? You sell, okay? Good, tell me more. How do you make money? Fair exchange of value for cash. Help, okay? How do you make money? What do you know for sure is the ways to make a lot of money? By helping others in resolving their problems. Are you sure? I want to know, what are you 100% sure will make you money? How have you made money? What do you think is the way to make money?
Offer
Yes,
something
Deborah.
that's highly demanded
Okay, good.
and that's
Thank
in
you.
low supply.
Okay, good. Demanded with low supply, assisting with knowledge, the help you can provide, getting attention. Know that I can solve my client's problem. Okay, okay, good. How do you make money? Anything else? Offer something of value or necessity. Be very confident that you can do it. Communication of the value. Okay. Marketing and sales. Okay, good, good. Let's have a look. All this is true. Do we refer only to physical money? In this case, money, physical money. So this is true. What you wrote is true. Okay? But I want to ask you, okay? Has it worked for you up to now? How well did it work for you, if it did? Like, did you make as much money as you wanted? As much money as your potential? No. Somewhat. So somewhat is okay. No. Okay. Exactly. No. No. Okay. Not enough. Good. Need to help more. Let's see. Let's see what we need. Okay. Yes and not enough. Not exactly. Okay. I didn't put my knowledge into execution. Okay. Let's look. Let's look. Obviously, what do you know if it didn't work so well? If it didn't work so well, what do you know? I was the #1 sales rep in the nation for 10 years in a row. Excellent, excellent, excellent. But Robert, and what you did is, I know, is an amazing achievement. Running your business now as an entrepreneur. Let's look at it from that viewpoint. Only part of the truth means I have incomplete knowledge. I'm struggling. Okay, good. So what do you know if it didn't work so well up until now? If you're struggling, if things didn't work, if you're not making enough money, if you feel you only have part of it, what do you know? Communicating the value, okay? But how do you know if that's true, Wendy? If it didn't work so well, how do you know? You're solving the wrong problem, okay? Today is different. The world has changed. Okay, how do we know if that's true? Let's see. Here's what you know. What you know is that you know wrong. What you're currently using is not correct. If it was, you would have results. What you know is that you know wrong. There's a concept I want you to learn about called know wrong. You gave me answers that you know, but they don't solve the problem. And so you know wrong. You have to know this data that when a problem becomes bigger, you have the wrong answer for why you have the problem. When a problem becomes bigger, you have the wrong answer for why you have the problem. If you think it's because the world has changed, but the problem is growing, then that's not the reason. If you think that it's because uh, there's that communicating the value is the key, but you aren't making more money every day, then the problem is growing. Your expenses grow, life gets tougher, you have less mental strength. The problem is growing. So if it doesn't solve the problem, you know wrong. And when you know wrong, you cannot learn. You cannot know for real. Because if you think that you know, how can you know when you already know, but you know wrong? It's like somebody that is sure of the way to bake bread, and every time it comes out wrong. But they think that they're doing it right. They're never going to learn. They're not going to know for real. They'll just know wrong. The first thing you need to know, if you don't have results, is that you don't know something. If you don't have results, you don't know something. What don't you know? What don't you know up until now? What don't you know up until today? Yes, some knowledge is missing. Yes, Rudolph. About Edison, yeah. Correct, Kapil, yeah. What you don't know is that you know wrong. You thought you know, but you didn't know that you know wrong. You were sure that what you knew was right. A moment ago, you were 100% sure that that was the way to make money. But you know wrong. Because it's not what's going to work for you right now. I don't know what I don't know. Not only do you not know what you don't know, but it's worse than not knowing what you don't know. What you know is wrong. The things that you are sure is right is wrong, and it's bringing you the expected result. It's not bringing you the expected results. How do we know what we don't know? Well, we're going to learn that today. This is counterintuitive because you'll say you know the source of your problems. You were 100% sure of your answers. So now I know my problems. I know why it is for me. It's because I don't help enough. Oh, I know the source of my issues. It's because I need to communicate out more. Yes, Robert, of course. Go ahead.
I
Yes,
just
Kapil.
want to share uh,
Yeah.
a little testimony here for just a second. And yeah, so being transitioning from my corporate career into entrepreneurship and business ownership, and uh, I was not naive to think that I know what I'm doing. The idea is that I know that I need to learn things, and hired coaches along the way. Uh, but the part that was missing was the marketing aspect and how to articulate, my message out there, and connect with people. And it wasn't until I found Shemaiah and honestly, your talk last week about closing the loops, um, do I now start seeing the results after learning what I was doing wrong,
Hmm.
right? So for for a year and a half, I was trying things and doing things that were wrong, and there was no result or very little result.
Hmm.
Learning the right way from somebody that has already traveled that path and learning from them within the last 90 days, already seeing traction and results from that experience. I had a call last night, and this is I'm Christian, and I've always struggled with my faith
Hmm.
for various reasons. But
Hmm.
after reading a couple books recently and really reconnecting, and I've been journaling and leaning into the new strategies and teachings. Closed a deal last night for $25,000 that
Woo!
was totally not expected. This was a prospect that came to me through the new strategies that I'm learning, and just sharing with him. And anyways, so it was really an amazing testimony for myself that I I need to that I need to learn these new things, but I need to learn the right things. Learning something that is wrong and trying it is still wrong, right? So I kind of think of coaches like therapists, and you really sometimes you got to try a few. You got to try them on, right? And until you find one that connects and you mesh with that you can then apply their teachings, and then things will start happening. The other thing is, and this is something I've taught for a long time. You're not going to see these results right away.
Hmm.
Over this previous 90 days, I've doubted and I've gone back to old ways, and then I come back to the new way. And really in the last 2 weeks I'm like, okay, I'm handing this over to God. I'm giving it all to him. He's got the plan. I'm going to lean into these strategies completely, and stop trying to do these other things and just do this. And now I'm seeing, an amazing result from last
Wow.
night.
Wow. Wow, Robert, that's unbelievable. Seriously, well done. Well done. Wow, that's a major milestone. And it's you. It's you. That's you. That's really you. That's amazing. And it's really true. This whole concept that today I'm gonna crack open for you guys, this whole thing around no wrong, you'll see how deep the rabbit hole goes. It's really, really unbelievable. And everybody in the chat saying, wow, 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 well done. It's amazing. Very well done.
Yeah, thank you, everybody.
Yeah. Okay, so what's worse? What do you think? How bad is life for someone, everyone, in that condition? That's in this condition that is just knowing wrong. They try, but they know wrong. They don't get the expected results, and the situation gets worse, and the problem grows, and they get more frustrated, and they get more angry, more pissed off, more hopeless, less willpower, less drive. How bad is it? How bad do you think it is? Like bad, yeah. Wendy's stuck. It becomes worse with time. Yeah, it, inevitably, it's bad. Yes, we agree. Yeah, Jenna, really bad. Bad, exactly, very bad. It's very bad. Yes, but I want to tell you, this is the good news. Why? Because there's something much worse. There's much worse. And what's worse is you know wrong. Because when you don't know, you'll make a boo-boo. So it's bad to maybe a little bit know wrong. Yes? So if we go back, I want to show you, okay? First of all, you don't know that you know wrong. Then you fully know wrong. You start operating on wrong. Because when you don't know, you'll make a boo-boo, but you'll still be able to take responsibility to one degree or another and somehow aim to improve. Yeah, if I don't know, fine. If I don't know, it's all good. I make a mistake and I don't know and I know that I don't know. So, most people say I know what I don't know. Okay. If you know what you don't know, you're open to fixing it. But what's worse is when you know wrong. When you know wrong, exactly, Kelly, it's a closed door. You have a situation, for example, okay, where a doctor doesn't know what he's doing. Let's say, what happens if a doctor doesn't know what he's doing? He says he knows, but he doesn't know. What would happen? Let's say he's cheating. He says he knows, but he doesn't. He's a quack. What will happen is the patient will die, yes? Like he says he knows, yeah, you could get hurt or die, exactly. Yeah, the more problems. The patient will get killed, exactly. And what happens if a mechanic doesn't know? He's a cheat. He says he's a mechanic, but he doesn't. What will happen? Wrong medicine gets hurt, patients suffer. Yeah, in the case of a of a mechanic, the engine dies. Yes, the car breaks. There'll be a problem. Yes. Now, what happens if you don't know where you are going in life? What happens if you don't know where you're going in life? What happens is your purpose will die. Essentially, you will die. If you don't know where you're going in life, but you say you know, your purpose will die. You essentially, at that moment, you will die. And even if you're not buried yet, I know it's tough to say, but even if you're not yet buried, you will die. It's a lethal situation to not know where you're going. Are you with me? I know it's grim, but that's just the truth. It's like a doctor, like a mechanic. It's lethal. Is everyone with me so far? Yeah, good. Yeah, good. Okay, good. So when we have this situation with a mechanic that sees the engine that doesn't work, he'll eventually improve. But if your doctor is 100% sure that he knows, but really he knows wrong, every time the patient dies, he'll have the perfect justification. Every time the patient dies, he'll have a reason why he died. It wasn't the doctor, because the doctor knows, but he knows wrong. So he has a perfect justification for why the person died. Exactly. Makes sense? Are you with me? Now, your immediate reaction will be, no way. He's not going to go and justify the patient dying. No, he can't be so human. But that's what happens. That's what happens. Let's have a look, okay? Let's have a look. Great. Thank you, Kiko, Pam, Jenna, Rudolph. Excellent. People used to bleed people to heal them. They knew wrong. But they were sure it was right. They were sure. People used to, if you were sick, they would cut you open and bleed you. And a lot of times people would die from the bleeding. The way to heal somebody sick was to make them bleed out. They knew wrong. People would die from that, but they were sure it was right. Correct, Rudolph. Unfortunately, most people know wrong, like the blind leading the blind. Exactly. There was a doctor in my area who made so many mistakes in surgery, hurting or killing patients. He eventually lost his license. Yeah, he justified. He knew wrong. Kapil, this was a few hundred years ago. Yeah, they used leeches. Exactly. Or people would burn children as sacrifice. Like crazy. They knew wrong. But at the time, they thought it was right. Yeah, exactly, Wendy. They would cut pieces of the body to heal the body. They knew wrong. They thought if I cut off your arm, your flu will go away or whatever. They knew wrong, but they were sure it was right. And even today, they give you drugs to fix mental disorders And mental is not physical. How can you fix something non-physical by physical means? They know wrong. Even today, they give you drugs to handle something that's not physical. And let's not go too far. You probably spend more than you make, and you wonder why you're not successful. It's because you know wrong. It's the same. It's just like burning children as sacrifice, and you say that's wild. How can somebody ever do that? People spend more than they make, and then they say, "Why am I not successful?" You know wrong. Don't get me started. Yes, Pam. And the examples go on and on and on. The justifications for these are never logical, although they're very logical to the person making them. The doctor will tell you why the patient died, but he's a quack. That's the reason. The person in debt will tell you why they are in debt, but it's not the reason. Too many examples, exactly, Rudolph. Robert, there was a time in history when many mothers would die in childbirth and the doctors knew they were not responsible. Someone suggested washing hands before touching the patient and the mother stopped dying. Exactly, they found the real reason for the problem. Something that could bring an immediate improvement and something that we could do something about. Otherwise, it's justifying and the problem grows. So the question is, how do you get out of it if you know wrong? This is, of course, the question, the million-dollar question. So how do I get out of it? And most people in Australia, okay, not with you, not where you live, never, no, never, never in your city, but in Australia, most of the people, most of the time, know wrong. Okay? Most of the people know wrong. Find you. Yes, Rudolph, thank you. Yes. How do you know wrong? How do you know that you know wrong? You're oblivious to the deterioration, and by the time you see the deterioration, it's too late. You misestimate how bad your situation is. Correct, Jenna, you don't bring the results. It's much like getting older. You don't see that you get older until you look at a photo from 10 years ago. It's the same. You're oblivious to the fact that things are getting worse. And by the time you realize, it's too late. But there is a deterioration. Exactly, Robert. Yes, it's because they're upside down in Australia. Now, I'm sorry to say that most people have a very, very bad situation. I told you that in the money mind, every time I'm going to peel back the layers more and I'm going to force you to look because only when you see can you do something about it. So that's the truth. The cost of living goes up, but they earn the same. Their body deteriorates, but they eat worse. They consume more drugs, but they get less healthy. They work hard, they try to eat healthier, but they become sicker. They work harder, but their debt is out of control. This is the reality. If you don't learn how to release yourself from knowing wrong, I'm sorry to tell you, you will know more wrong and your situation will get worse. If you look at your life, you'll see that I'm not exaggerating when I say that the situation is very, very bad. But you're very good at masking it. The social show that you put out fools you into believing that the situation is not as bad, but me and you know something must be done about it. So for a long time, you're very good at showing that everything's okay. You mask it, and then you fool yourself that everything's okay, but the deterioration is happening. And the good news is something can be done about it, and you're not here by mistake. You are here because the Spirit knows. You know. That's why you're here today. It's not by mistake. Yes, yay, yes. Now, what's the handling? No wrong basically means you're relying on incorrect knowledge, yes? Yes, Deborah. Yeah, exactly. Correct. Yes, Robert. Wendy, wake me up. 100%. That's the idea. That's the idea with the wake program. It's not by mistake that it's called the wake program. No wrong basically means you're relying on incorrect knowledge. You're sure you know But when you use what you know, you don't get the expected results. You get a deterioration. Do you agree? Do you get that? That's what no wrong basically means. Yeah, exactly. Not woke, not woke, wake. Exactly, Rudolph. Yes. Good. So what's the answer? The obvious answer is correct knowledge. The K in wake. Since people have a lot of incorrect knowledge, you need a lot of correct knowledge just to reverse it, just to start to stop the moving, the crashing plane. Takes a lot of force to just stop the decline. I need a lot of knowledge just to balance you out again, let alone make you soar. It takes a lot. A lot of correct knowledge is a requirement. It's not that in 2 seconds you become a doctor of business. You have to understand that it takes a lot. You look, even with Robert, what Robert said is he's been working on it and trying and going and trying this and going back to investing in it and making sure that he has the right knowledge and the right coach. And it takes a lot of knowledge, a huge investment. Thank you, Jen. A nice example. Thank you. Kapil, what if the person feels that it's not that bad and don't really understand how bad the situation is? That's why I'm doing what I'm doing, because people don't see it. Just like this, as I said, there's a social mask they put on, they don't see it. Just like you don't see that you're getting older. Just like you don't see certain things. It's there, but you need to wake people up. You need to tell them the reality. I'm not holding back here. I'm telling you it how I see it. Now, it costs a lot of money. It costs a lot of money. For example, if you want to do a doctorate today, it'll cost you of $500,000. Investing in doing something like that, it costs a lot of money. Anyone that has made a major segue in knowledge has invested a lot of money. But the smart people that invest in themselves and become doctors, okay, assuming they're a doctor that knows, not like the doctor in our example, always win in the end. Those that invest in themselves win in the end. And those that didn't invest in themselves fail, suffer, and never forget to blame everyone but themselves. They're very good at blaming everyone, but they'll never look at them as the issue. They justify. So what's the handling? The handling. My purpose is to help you. And I really want to help you. Really. I really, 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 really have a mission to help people. Why? 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 Firstly, because I'm a nice guy. Okay? That's the first reason. Secondly, because I'm on a mission to create 10,000 ethical millionaires, and I want you to be one of them. I know that being a millionaire is just a sign of how much did you help others. More importantly, I know this. If I'll help you, I know you will help me. Your success is my marketing. And since I'm Jewish, as I said, and I look for cheap marketing, there's no cheaper marketing than showcasing your success. So my promise to you is I'm going to help you, despite the fact that you don't believe you can be helped at times. And we can help more others. Exactly, Rudolph. I agree on you being a nice and super wonderful guy. Thank you, Kapil. So I'm going to help you. Now, that's why I created this specialized program that costs more than $500,000. It's more valuable than a doctorate, but we're going to give a special discount. And that said, I don't want to give you something for nothing. If I give you something for nothing, it's really not the way to do it either, because if I make it really cheap, you will not really appreciate it. If I just gave you things for free, you won't appreciate it, you won't even do it. It won't be truly helping you. But on the other hand, I know that you don't have the money to start with to really invest a lot. Exactly, it's a criminal exchange, Kelly. So what's the solution? The solution, of course, is one, give you data in small chunks, the data that will bring you immediate results. You'll see that if you're learning and it's not immediate improvement, the data that you're learning is not true. For Robert, it took him some time until he found something that started to bring Immediate results. I know, Robert, you said, look, it took me time. It's not always immediate. You're right that the investment is, you're in it for the long haul. However, once you found workable data, bim, bam, boom, there was started to be improvements immediately. 2, getting you improved and you'll create more money. So we do it on a gradient. And 3, you can then pay me more and you can pay yourself more. That's how we do it. Small chunks, bite size, create an improvement, bring results, make more money, create more money, pay me more, pay yourself more. We grow and we grow and we grow. This specialized program is one that will make you money. And the more you will improve, the more you will help me and others. How are we going to make you rich? You're going to do the money mind. Some of you are already on. Some of you have signed up for the full year. But those of you that haven't yet, you're going to do the money mind. The money mind gives you access to up to $13,000 worth of business, sales, marketing, investing, and expansion courses designed to get you to know right and so do right. And the side effect of knowing right and doing right is money. A lot of money. The money mind is designed to reverse the know wrong and get you to know right. And the proof is in the pudding. That look at what Robert said. I didn't ask Robert to tell you that. It's just once he knows right, results happen. The road you embark on is a road to success. I'll not lie to you and tell you it'll be easy. But I can promise that as you will progress, your life and the life of everyone you love will improve. But it's not an easy road. In fact, things will not become easier. They'll become tougher. They'll become more challenging. But you'll become so much stronger that for you, any situation will be a no-brainer. And that's what fun is all about. Fun is overcoming the challenging situations. It's knowing what to do. It's getting deeper into the game. It's having bigger hurdles and overcoming them. So, we will first do an evaluation to determine what is your favorite disease. I want to see what's your favorite disease that you like. I want to find it so we can handle your favorite disease. The first step is I'm going to work with you personally and see what you need to handle. Next, we will tailor a study program for you. The program will be designed to take you from your current state to a higher state, and provided that you will apply on time what you need to apply, I can guarantee that the sky is not the limit for you. Next, you will realize that all those dreams that you lied to yourself and said they died are actually not only alive, but very much achievable for you. Every single one of you lied to yourself about your dreams, saying, I can't do it, that it's dead, I'm too old, the competition is too tough. No, it's achievable and it's alive. Now, since this universe is a tough universe and even the lions have a hard time in it, you will need continuous help. And this is where our ongoing support comes in. You will have access to GP coaches that will give you ongoing support, answering questions, keeping you accountable, getting you to implement the programs, do the programs. That's where it comes in. So you're going to do the money mind. Part of this support is weekly group coaching calls with me. And you will get access to many more surprises. And one more thing, as you will progress, I'm telling you now, you will need more help. Don't think that as you improve, you'll need me less. No, you will need me more. I'm telling you it up front. LeBron James has more coaches and training the more he improves. I don't know if you know that. Today, the best basketball player in the world, or one of the best, has more coaches as he improves. So you need to know, I don't know if you know that, by the way, LeBron James invests $3 million a year in himself, in his coaches, in massage therapists, in dribbling coaches, passing coaches, in actual basketball coaches, in mindset coaches. He's always investing in himself, even though he's the best. He has healthcare professionals, knee professionals. He's always investing in himself the more he improves. So you need to know that as you will progress, you will need to be willing to get more training. to get more coaching, and don't do the classic mistake of improving a little bit and then stopping the successful actions, which was coaching and training. That's the classic mistake. People start to improve and then they say, I don't need to do the lessons anymore. I've improved. And then they get the minuses. You're embarking on the road to truth, which is an amazing and exciting road, but with one condition. It cannot be walked halfway. It has to be walked all the way. If you're ready to embark on that road, fully understanding the good and the bad and the ugly, then the next slide is for you, and otherwise you can ignore the next slide. The cost. It's not $500,000 like it should be for a doctorate or for this level of knowledge. So let's look at the value. Weekly group coaching sessions like this one cost $260 for drop-ins. $260 for 4 weeks, sometimes 5, will be $1,040 monthly. Just for these sessions. These sessions alone are invaluable. Some of you shared wins of making sales that are 3-4 times what you did last week, or the state of mind that you're in is so much better, calmer. This is invaluable. This is priceless. That alone is worth $1,400 weekly, but it would be monthly for those that want to drop in at $1,040. But who cares? The point is that the coaching sessions will fix your personal problems. It's like having a personal doctor with you. So who cares? Now, up to $13,000 of course access, which means more than 13,000 pieces of not no turning into no. And I can guarantee that that will result in cash. But who cares? More importantly, your life will improve. Now, it's not $500,000, but let's look at the value. You're going to get a dedicated GP coach to answer any questions and support you. Why? Because confusion is handled by finding something stable. And life is full with confusion. There's confusion all the time. Now, the powerful GP coaches are trained to provide you that stable point that will take you out of any confusion. And the bottom line, what's in it for you? Bottom line, your dreams realized. That's the bottom line. Now, I made it the most affordable program in 15 years of GP. Okay? It's the most affordable ever. It's once off, $197, which includes the coaching call with me to find your favorite disease and build you a tailor-made program. That's what the $197 is. And thereafter, it's $59 weekly. It should be $150, it should be $260 just for these coaching calls. But you get the support from specialized GP coaches. You get the course access. You get access to $13,000 worth of courses, a whole library of courses. It's unbelievable, honestly. I'm going to raise the price at some point on this. But anyway, no commitment. You can cancel anytime. So you can do 1 week and stop if you want. On the coaching call, I'll find what's the hidden areas that you know wrong and customize a program of knowledge for you. You'll get immediate access to one of my GP coaches designed to give you those points of stability. You'll unlock priceless material. You'll have weekly group coaching sessions with an incredible community of like-minded people designed to handle your personal issues. So in today's session, I went a little bit more into what the program is, but imagine we used an hour and a half on just giving you knowledge, concepts like I taught you last week, closing cycles of action, how to make income, answering questions like Deborah had, personal questions. So I suggest that you start taking action and go to gprosperity.com/moneymind. I know a lot of you have been thinking about it. Now is the time to join this program. Now, there's also a yearly option. There's one more option for those that are decisive and like to commit into investing in themselves. It's $1,999 for the year. Now, that saves you about 30%, and you get all kinds of perks. Yearly subscribers get me as their personal coach, not one of the GP coaches that are incredible, by the way, but you'll just have a direct line to me, plus my support, WhatsApp, email, etc. You'll have $6,000 further of courses unlocked. You get access to some confidential programs, and you get a site-wide 15% discount. You're going to need to learn more. This isn't the silver bullet. This is packed with enough knowledge for a year, two. I mean, there's so much data I'm giving you. It's a lot. And you're going to have all these weekly coaching calls, and there'll be assignments, and there'll be all kinds of things we're going to do. But if you want more, if you want to join, for example, one of our live seminars, if you want to get the soul coffee, if you want certain things, you will want discounts. And this year program gives you that as well. So the full year is discounted to $1,999 yearly, or weekly for only $59. You know, normally a coaching session like that with me costs like $300-400. It depends on how long we're doing it. This is just going to be $97, and we're going to do this coaching session. And that's what the money mind is all about. So register. Let's get you out of the no wrong. Let's start giving you knowledge. And next week, I'm not going to talk about the money mind and how to join anymore. Next week, everyone that's on will be members, and we're going to start to dive in every week into coaching. What I would like you to do, by the way, thank you for being on. What I'd like you to do for next week, as you go, take notes of questions that you run into in your business. You know, today there was one or two questions, but take notes of what I want to ask Gal. You know, I'm running into, I made this marketing piece, and I'd like Gal to look at it. Share it with everyone, and I'll give you data of what to improve on your marketing piece. You know, I have some issues with my sales. Every time I'm on a call, they give me this objection, and I never know what to say. Okay, tell me it on the coaching call. I'm going to handle it. You need to take advantage of that. And on top of that, you need to come with wins. Come with wins. And then I will come with answers. And every time there's going to be a segment, like I told you about the real problem, how I peeled back the layer of what's really going on today. Every time I'm going to come with a segment of powerful knowledge that will give you some kind of a wow. Like last week was closing cycles of action, life changing. Every time we're going to have something like that. And every time I can customize the presentation for you. There'll always be that kind of support throughout. So that's what the Money Mind is about. I'm not promoting any other programs that I'm doing. I'm not doing anything else live, zero. Any one of my clients, I'm now telling them, look, Money Mind, this is what you need. It's affordable, it's powerful, it gives you lots of knowledge, it gives you access to me. This is the answer. And that's what I'd like you to join. So if anybody has any questions, I know a few of you have already joined, a few of you have talked to me about wanting to join, but if any of you are not yet sure, then just speak to me and we'll get you on. Do you have any questions for me? Anything that I can answer about that, about anything else? I don't have my own business yet. How will this help me? Because it will totally give you knowledge to handle what you need in your life. It's not called just the money. It's called the money mind because it's a mindset handling as well. And that's why in the first call, Avery, we're going to find what's hidden from you because you think that you know what your problem is, but I will reveal once we talk, once I have a look, we'll find what's the hidden element that you currently don't see that we have to handle. You'll see how deep the rabbit hole goes. I have a lot to teach you. And you'll see we're going to talk about mindset. We're going to talk money. We're going to talk spirituality. We're going to talk about how do you actually improve your relationships? How do you turn your friends into clients and your clients into friends? How do you handle worries, stress? How do you handle the depression? How do you handle doubts that come up? How do you ensure that people appreciate you more? How do you get more reviews? How do you sell more? When you do free coaching calls for people, how do you close clients on free coaching calls instead of letting them slip through the cracks? Whatever you need, my mission is to help you. That's what I'm here for. That's what the members of the Money Mind will get. Wendy, great meeting and lots of info. That's the idea. Lots of info. Yes. And definitely, there will never be a problem where you tell me, look, the stuff you told me is too surface level, or it wasn't rich enough, or I didn't get enough from it. You will tell me, I need more about that. Oh, that concept was a bit mind-bending. I'm not sure I totally get it yet. How can you explain to me more about that? Or, wow, this is something fascinating. I need to chew on it. I'm always going to give you something real, something, not some. I see other programs and I'm like, what are they even talking about here? So we're going to give you the real deal here. Avery, I really enjoyed today's lesson. Great, Avery, great. You need to join the Money Mind, Avery. Avery's been with us for, I think, 10, 12 years, something like that. She's amazing. She's really amazing. Barbara, you're very welcome. Okay, thank you very much, everyone. Now, one more thing I want to tell you, actually. It reminded me now. If you get people to join, okay, because I know some of you have, you listen to this and you think of people that you go, wow, if only they knew about this, or wow, I really want to help them, or whatever, like you start thinking of colleagues or family members or friends that you just wish that you could give them access to the data you're learning. What we're going to do is I'm going to make it so that there's a couple of options, okay? I want to help you for helping them and helping me. So if you bring people to the Money Mind, and what do I mean by that? You set them up on a call with me. I'll speak to them. I'll find out how I can help them, and I'll have them join the Money Mind. If they join the Money Mind and they stay on for 4 weeks, their once-off fee of $197 will go as a referral fee. Thank you to you. So it's a way that we can help one another. If you think people can benefit from this coaching, I speak to them, I close them, I help them. They pay the $197, they stay on for 4 weeks, you get the $197 as a referral fee. So it's a way that you can also benefit from helping others, and my mission is to help many people, so you help me with my mission like that as well. So that's just another side note, by the way. And it's a nice way to make an additional bit of income, but it's not about the money at all. It's just about creating that exchange and getting people to join the community. I'm looking for more like-minded people. I'm looking for my 10,000. My 10,000 is my 10,000 ethical millionaires. That's what I'm looking on, and it's a massive numbers game. The whole idea
Okay.
here, I wanted to create like the be all end all of coaching programs, something that somebody can join and get on, and this is like endless material, support system, community, all in one. That's it. Like that, the search is over. The search is over. This is like we're on a path. And of course, it doesn't mean that you don't need more and more and more. Yes, you will. But it's enough to get things moving, to start moving the needle on getting some income, on improving the condition. And the other benefit is that if there's issues that you run into, you're not alone. So as long as you are in communication with me and telling me what's going on, like, hey Gal, look, I'm doing the invisibility cloak, but I'm having an issue with XYZ, or I still have a question on blah, or what, then I can answer you, but you have to tell me. I need the communication so that I can answer. But you have a guarantee that you have a personal touch. I'm never going to leave you hanging, is the point. And what I like about this platform, for Jenna, who's been on many of our programs, it's a different style because everybody's cameras are on. It's an open conversation. So the Money Mind is a different way than we do most of our programs, which I like this format quite a lot. So thank you all for being on. So good to see your faces. I can't wait to work with you further and further. I'll see you next week. Any questions? Each of you has my number. Speak to me, and I'm looking forward to continuing. Robert, thanks, Gal. Really appreciate your valuable insights and how you articulate your message in a way that resonates with me. Well, Robert, well done. It's really you. It's you, and I can really see that you have a mission to know, to become source, and that's what we're all about. Mwah, bye-bye. See you. See you all. Have a very, very good rest of your day, and see you next week. Bye. It was so good seeing everyone. Bye-bye.